Well, hello, and the magical third time around, hello. Welcome to the most complete, most unusual tarot reading on the internet, period. This is the podcast that is more than just a tarot reading. It's a metaphysical package. Parts and pieces all cobbled together to create a complete picture of the energy frequency in the reading. Please, we are focused on tarot, but we're going to use some other essential ingredients to help round out that picture. The essential point is to help you manifest from your spirit. Manifesting creates your life. Manifesting is your kryptonite. It allows you to have both the independence and responsibility to find and follow your spiritual destiny in this lifetime. Otherwise, your life is like walking on a treadmill. You move real fast, but you're going nowhere. The focus for today's tarot reading is crossing the goal line, going the distance. You don't stop halfway. You don't stop just as you're almost at your destination. You cross the goal line. You go the distance. The Tao Manifesting Tarot reading is meant to inspire you, to help you make your life movie inside your head, not from the outside. Not computers, smartphones, artificial intelligence, none of that. If it comes from the outside, you're losing your intelligence, you're losing your humanity. Very simple. What we're here to do is to tap into your real power. You are your real power. You need to create from your spirit, from the inside out, not from some electronic device. Tarot, at its best, at its finest, is your vehicle for transformation. So to help, I use tarot as the final destination, the focus of the reading. But I also include numerology and astrology where it fits. It's like going from a black and white movie, old-time movie, to full color. Tarot is not meant for prediction. I have discovered from my experience, tarot talks about potential. The potential of your spiritual destiny. Numerology and astrology, on the other hand, are the sciences of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles. It gets very complicated. Now, you can forecast somebody's life right from birth. You can talk about their ups and downs. You can talk about their integrity. You can talk about their personality, all kinds of things. No, you're not going to get to the fine detail, but you really can map their life. And so tarot is not meant for prediction, but that's where numerology and astrology comes in, because our life is a series of cycles. Tarot reflects the potential of those cycles. So using numerology, astrology together with tarot gives you a reading that you can see, you can hear, you can feel in your spirit. So with all that set up, let's get to the numerology part and some of the astrology. Numerologically, going the distance today or crossing the goal line comes out to an 11, which is a master number. You don't change it. So there's something very, very important in this karmic message. This is, well, very likely life-changing. It may not be real dramatic at first, but this is the kind of time period where if you get involved, if you make decisions, if you move forward, you can look back years from now and go, that was the time. And so the astrologic right now is focused right here on 2025. You know that we have a very interesting alignment of planets, alrighty? And if you just look at them, they look like they're pretty favorable, with possibly one exception, Jupiter squaring Neptune and Saturn in Aries. But basically, we have Aquarius in an air sign, Uranus in an air sign, Saturn, Neptune in a fire sign. And you know what happens when you put air and fire together? Poof, explosion. And that's what's going on in society. Well, I am going to focus today on the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, or meeting together in Aries. Neither Saturn nor Neptune is comfortable in Aries. Aries is too loud, too pushy, too self-centered. Saturn doesn't like that at all. Neptune doesn't even know what the hell to do with it. But I'm going to focus on Saturn. People who have some astrological knowledge are aware of a term called the Saturn return. Every planet has its return. In other words, it comes back to a particular point. You mark it, and then you wait a certain number of years, it'll be back in that same spot. For Saturn, it's about 28 years. Coincidentally, 1997, we have just uncovered a paper, a scientific paper that laid out what they called predictions. And all the things that are going on in society now, the vax, the DNA, the RNA, the mass migration, all of this stuff, the chemtrails in the skies, all of this was laid out in a paper back in 1997. They called them predictions back then. The question is, how the hell did they know? I mean, there is such detail. It is laid out so completely, so fully. And it was part of a scientific group, and I put scientific in quotes. So the point of the matter is somebody knew back in 1997, probably even before 1997, what the game plan was. To change your DNA, to make us weaker, to make us dumber, to make us more obedient. Actually, probably get rid of huge numbers of us, as they have indicated. They want to get rid of a whole bunch of us. 80-90% of the people on the planet they want gone ASAP. They laid out all this information. The poisoning of the food, the water. I mean, specific detail. 1997, meaning they probably knew, 5 years, 10 years even before that, before they wrote it down. So what they quote unquote predicted in 1997 with Saturn and Neptune being in Aries, that's what we're getting right now. And there is talk about some new pandemic. Could be a cyber pandemic, could be another vax pandemic. They're up to no good if you take a look at the information. So the Saturn return says, guess what? What they forecasted, in quotes, back almost 30 years ago is right here on our doorstep. Think there's a connection? Here's the meme for today. Just a thought to kind of toss in here to kind of shake things up a little bit. God gave dominion to man, not machine. Very important, since the great big bill, the economic bill, just passed, and buried in the middle of it, purposely buried in the middle of it, was the idea that only the federal government could control AI for the next 10 years. States could not interfere at all. That's not the way the American Constitution was put together. We had 13 colonies which became states. They individually held on to their rights in terms of their statehood, but decided to join together, keeping those rights, those states' rights, to form a republic. This AI thing destroys that. The federal government is saying, no, we will decide how artificial intelligence is developed. And if you look back at government over, God, I don't care what it is, 100 years, 200 years, they've done a shit job. Every time they could screw it up, they have. You cannot put all the power into one set of hands. That's not what the founding fathers decided. You had whatever colonies, 13 to start with. We now have 50 colonies or 50 states. They each determine and then together decide what the federal government's going to do. So with that in mind, God gave dominion to man, not machines or Washington or the White House, no matter who's in there. And that's the meme for today. Let's now shift gears again and let's get into the tarot stuff, the center stuff. We got the moon card. That's the first one. Fear and illusion. Fear and illusion. Boy, do they use those things. Oh, my God, my God. Scare us, scare us, scare us. That's the easiest way to control people. Scare the shit out of them. You got them. That's it. That's it. And that's worked every single time. So the idea of fear and illusion, this is what is coming into our present and into the future. And it really kind of started at least 30 years ago when they put this whole plan together I was just talking about. They knew where they were going. They knew where they were headed. They knew what they wanted to do. And here it is. Not so pretty, is it? Second card, Knight of Pentacles. Knights always bring gifts. Knights of Pentacles is realistic, is cautious. It brings us a sense of value. We have to change our value system. If we're in a fog, we got the moon energy, fear and illusion running us, we're gone. Enter the Knight of Pentacles. The gift that he brings is realism, is caution. Pay attention. Be awake. Not woke. Be conscious and consciously involved. This is critical. And the final card, Justice. Tell me we don't need some truth and logic in our life right now, huh? So with this fear and illusion of the Moon card, we have an opportunity to redo our value system so that it is fair to everyone. Wow, what a concept. Fairness. That's why you have to cross the goal line. That's why you have to go the distance. Half-ass isn't nearly good enough. This is the time that you make the decision. This is the time that you stand up for at least humanity, if not the U.S. Constitution. That's it for the time being. We're out of time for today. My gosh, how time flies with you. I enjoy it. I hope you do too. I'll be back tomorrow with another brand new tarot reading combining numerology and astrology. But between now and then, please like and subscribe. It's really important to fight things the way they are right now on the internet. We're depending on you. I'm depending on you. And thank you. So between now and the next time we do tarot together, peace and blessings.